Why? Again, that's like asking why should you get into firearms, man? Like, you're gonna have different reasons. Maybe you
Okay,
want.
I'll ask this in an easy, Texas, plain, simple way that even you can. What are some of the benefits for using suppressors? How about that?
Recoil reduction, obviously sound reduction. Uh, well, that's the big two. Like,
You gotta put it there. It looks cool as hell. Tactical.
totally depends on what suppressor you got on what rifle.
True.
Talking suppressor on the end of a thin barrel hunting rifle don't look that good. At that point, it's function over form all the way. There's a lot of misconceptions out there in the chat, by the way. I'm seeing with suppressors.
That's
Gotta talk about
yes,
some
we
of that.
do. Yes, we do. So let's go ahead and start up here.
Mario's got the correct answer, by the way, down there of why somebody's on suppressor. It's obvious.
Okay, I scrolled up.
I defer here on this. I defer to Mario. Here you go.
Oh, absolutely. Bacon on a suppressor. That's the main reason. That's the first step. It is one of those things that you can take with you and be able to cook on. You can probably cook eggs on there if you're careful. If you're careful, but sounds careful. Get a good sausage. You know?
It's like flat. Anything that's flat will stick to it.
Well, if you had several lined up, right? Line you up several side by side, it's like it works like a cookie. Like they put the sear marks and everything. Think about it.
It's cheaper than all the hammer you have to fire.
Let's see here.
I like the one I have. I bought the one I bought. The one I bought for. I've got a 9 for pistol, AR-9. She likes it because there's I mean, like big all.
Oh yeah, because it's just recoil
How
five
much cheap this thing?
half. That's great. You did it pick them out?
Anything else is if you zero it distance with the suppressor, you need to keep it on for a zero.
Depends on the
and
suppressor.
There's so many variables.
There are suppressors both screw on and with like a quick that both that guarantee accuracy. What your zero will be your zero. It will not change.
I will say something also is, well, I'm just going to
Very
just a
cool.
quick side note. When it comes to zero, you know, here's the thing people forget also. If you're using, let's say, in a 5.56 AR, and you zero your optic with a 55 grain, you know, bullet, and then you start shooting other stuff, like it may not make a whole lot of a difference, but it's going to be different. Like, you have to remember, here's the thing also, a Winchester 55 grain and a Remington 55 grain may be a little bit different. So, I mean, everything's going to be different when you use a zero. Zero isn't necessarily, you know, I think people took this for me.
How is the sound? Is anybody listening? I don't know who's out there.
I think people put way too much into being a perfect zero. There's no such thing as a perfect zero. That's why I run a 36-yard zero and everything, because I'm not looking to be in the same hole precise. I know that a 36-yard zero, from zero out to 300 yards, if I aim right here, that's going to impact 6 inches radius. That's all I need. That's all I need. I'm not looking for precision.
And you can, I know this because I own it, you can have a Form 1 can you built yourself that your point of impact shift is negligible at best. I mean, they're absolutely hunting accurate. At,
Sure.
You know, the difference. You're using plain ammo. Yeah.
Now, this is just for fun. G says, Nancy Pelosi told me that suppressors make guns full auto, makes it so you don't need to reload. video game stuff right
What I
there.
heard,
It certainly increases back pressure.
so I tell you what, on the new Modern Warfare is really good.
Wait, what happened to the thing?
It probably takes down the damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can shoot guys twice now.
Exactly.
So I get the lever action 4570. I'm like, oh, that's one shot. Suppressor?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Gotta get it again. I'm like,
Somewhere out there was
video games.
This one can't stop the sound barrier snap
Yeah.
on the suppressor.
you can't stop the sound barrier snapping supersonic, but you can stop like me, and you go subsonic, so you don't have that to worry about.
Wow, an auto ordnance
Now,
for a
it does
couple of bucks.
reduce the signature. It does reduce the snap. It does reduce all of that. But yeah. And here's it.
That's a nice looking
Absolutely.
gun. 490
Um,
bucks. Damn.
For me, like I said, if I was to go to a can in competition, you know, and Clover and I had a great talk over the weekend about, for me, it has to give me a distinct advantage over my break. And I've got a buddy of mine that runs a can on one of his, he shoots out west, and he doesn't run a can here, so I might have him bring his suppressor and let me shoot like 10 shots with my break, 10 shots with the suppressor, and let's just see. Because here's the thing, and this is what I was telling Clover, and I might be way off base here, but for me, in a competition, I'm not caring much about the sound. I don't care. If it's going to make it more accurate, if it's going to make it more stable, if it's going to. So here's the thing. With the way that I got my muzzle brake right now set up, tracking the projectile through my scope is pretty easy. I can see it. I can track very well. I don't know if I'll be able to track as well as a suppressor. I very well could. I don't know. But right now, I don't see, for me, a huge benefit to go suppressor in a long range game. Now, that's just a specific thing. Now, if I'm talking about suppressor going for CQB, I tell you what I would look to do is I would do like a 9mm can and run like a PCC for CQB. That'd be badass. But for me, unless there is an absolute something that I'm missing out there, you guys tell me if I am. I don't see a benefit right now for me to run a suppressor over my brake on my long range rifle. Maybe I'm missing the boat here. What do you guys think? TJ, Clover, as far as running a can for competition wise, do you guys have any thoughts on that?
It's one of those. How many different cans are made? One make different. One have different effects. One might work. It might not. How much better? How much tighter of a grip can you get?
And see, here's the thing. I'm not worried about tight grip. Like, honestly, God, in the PRS game, I'm looking at steel. I mean, let's see if I'm at least a 1 MO away.
Oh, snap.
Now, I'm a sub MOA.
Oh, snap.
I put groups, not consistently, but I put groups at about a half MOA.
$20. Dang.
When I was zeroing, I actually had about a half-inch half MOA grouping. No, I can't do that all the time. But I'm at least, I'm at least a MOA. I'm probably a little bit better than a sub MOA.
You want a link?
But at 1 MOA, the steel that we're going to have to hit in the PRS game, I wouldn't have a problem hitting it.
If it was that much
I
of a
missed it.
factor,
If this is because of me, it was because
Can you
of
hear
me,
okay?
not because of my muzzle brake or my rifle, right?
if it affected it that much, everybody would have. And then you look at you and I'm just pressing, what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it the weight of the suppressor can play a role. A lot of people don't think about that, but I mean that is a thing. As far as muzzle rise, as far as a lot of different things, as far as balance, as far as a lot of different things. I would say in a competition setting, you're almost going to have ear pro regardless for everybody else.
You
that's
have
watching
to.
shooting, right? So it's
Yeah.
like at that point,
Like I said, the sound doesn't matter to me. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
For the ARs and all that stuff, I love. But like, if I could have a suppressor on every one of them, I would. Just because
100%.
it helps out with muzzle rise, and
100%. I'd rather run a can than a break on an AR. 100%. 100%. But for this, I don't know. Big Al says no flash. Is that true, or is that a misconception there, Clover? Does it work as a flash hider as well?
Yeah, it does.
Because I've seen flashes using cans, very small ones, but I have seen them.
No, well, you get them with a flash hider too. All a flash hider does is disrupt the flash, not all coming out the end. And with as slow as it releases gases and stuff in the suppressor, it's it's more of a delayed thing. Yeah, it's not nearly as bright as it is pronounced.
Yeah. Now G says they are I'm not saying that cans are not, or suppressors are not beneficial at all. I'm just saying for me, my personal long range competition, I don't see the benefit as of yet. I might be proven wrong tonight. But G says they are beneficial to instruction of new apprehensive shooters. Absolutely, 100%. He also says that they're perfect for shooting around dogs.
Or horses.
Okay. Or horses. Yep.
Or cattle.
It's funny. My German Shepherd, I waited till she was about 9 months old to take her out to the range for the first time because I didn't want to, freak her out and all that. She was about 9 months
20 gauge.
old.
Dang it. I should have told a friend of mine about this one. 23 seconds. So they go for $240. Oh, error coins, $140.
So she will not be a range dog.
Oh,
I know.
It's what it is, bro, man. Get a company shot show.
Check her out. Tactical pupper out.
Right.
Ear pro goggles.
Oh, I've got goggles for her.
Full vest.
Well, I actually see that for her. I've got tack goggles that I've had over the years. I've got some around that she could wear. Now, if I could find me some ear pro that's like for German Shepherd ears, because they're not the easiest ears to fit over, that would be kind of cool. Just saying.
She got doggy tinnitus.
Yeah, Moose says I use a dead carp as a suppressor. Okay, fish break. If you guys know, we talk about fish break all the time, and people who have been around long enough know who we're talking about and know why we say that. But it's a thing.
Are these the same size as Matchbox cars?
Says if you hunt with a mule, they can.
That's kind of cool.
Gunshots.
I kind of want a whole bunch of Matchbox cars that are no paint on them. That looks super cool.
I mean,
I've seen cowboy. I've seen
all sorts of cowboy stuff.
Yeah, cowboy action.
Either using blanks or whatever, but they're still going bang.
Yeah, reenactors and cowboy shooters, society or single action shooters, whatever it is, where they dress up. Oh yeah, I've seen tons of.
Where are all these freaking mosquitoes coming?
I've seen lots of horses that wasn't. Don't get me wrong. But
tons of them around here now.
Definitely seen a lot of horses that are cool.
So I guess they found out that this is 8mm Mauser.
And he can target practice out the window when it gets called a one.
Looks like Charlie Brown shirt.
Right. Yeah.
Some people would be able to deer hunt from outside their windows.
So one thing that is really kind of fun to me is, and I live in some county, I don't really got to worry about it. It's more courtesy thing. But if I'm playing around with my night vision, I've got to throw thermal on something else. Maybe we're going to go hunt some pigs later or the next night or something. I can do thermal in the day. I can tweak and stuff in the daytime, but it's just better to do that at night. And so I can throw the suppressor on there, you know what I mean? And it's just like I'm going to, basically a setup I would hunt with anyway. And I can tune and tweak and do what I got to do, even if I'm floating, right? Even if I'm working on a subsonic recipe or something, right? I can literally go out with my thermal and shoot that at night. And, nobody is the wiser. Nobody cares. Nobody knows. Wonderful.
Yeah. Now, Jacob says a big reason to get a suppressor is if you are in an area where the noise might disturb the neighbors, and that's an option. I mean, here's the thing. So if you live in an area where you actually have neighbors, you probably aren't shooting a whole lot to begin with. Let's just be honest. Like when I think of neighbors, I think of like when I grew up in Dallas, we had neighbors like right there.
Wow, $540.
Maybe if you're in the city, I don't know. There aren't very many city limits that will allow shooting. Period inside the city limits. So you have to live out in the county usually. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yes. G says you can be perfectly zeroed, but there's not a perfect distance of zero. I think that's interesting. That's very true. Forever, I use for my ARs, I use the old 5200 zero. Worked great. You know, if you zero it at 50 yards, it's going to be 0 to 200 yards. Then you just have holes or whatever if you need to. But I went to the 36 yard zero a long time ago, and that's what they use in the Marine Corps. And it's called a battlefield zero. And that's what I'm talking about.
Some of us are trying to nap
I'm
in here.
more about like, can I end the threat? Like, can I put a threat down, whether it's a handgun or a rifle or whatever, it's self-defense, whatever that may be. With the AR, I use a 36 yard zero because I know that if I zero it from 0 out to 300 yards, it's going to impact no more than 5 to 6 inches.
Yeah, I don't know if that brass by the pound is worth it, but that's $150 for 9mm brass.
Right there,
guess who's bringing brass up there?
Somewhere in there, and it's going to end that threat.
These things here seem like you could sell them on eBay or something.
In this, the long
Make some little kid
I
happy.
zero it at 100.
Or maybe some old
The reason
person
why I go
happy.
with this 36 with my AR is if
That
I have
ammo
to
is still
go-
getting
if I have
bids.
to worry about engaging something out to 300 yards to begin with.
I mean, blueberries.
Is it really a threat? Unless it's a red dawn scenario. Like if I have to engage at 300 yards, it's really not a threat. I'm probably going to have trouble defending myself in court that was a threat to my life. And if it's more than 300 yards and I got to go to a long gun, then something's terribly gone wrong. Now, that said, for competition, I've been using a 100-yard zero, but I do hear a lot of people say they go with a 200-yard zero. I think the 200-yard zero has been prevalent in the hunting world for a long time. I don't hunt. But I always,
Look at this
in
thing.
the Marine Corps, I always zeroed at 100 and then we went to 36. But initially, when we went to boot camp, everything was, I think it was easier. Just probably just easier because we went out to 500 yards. So maybe the 36 didn't work in that situation, but
This is still under $500.
I zeroed this at 100, but I know there's a lot of guys that zero their competition rifles at
This one is still at $490 right
like
now.
DJ, I want to ask you for a long range, whether it's for hunting or competition or whatever.
5,000 small
a long
pistol
gun,
primers.
Not an AR, but like a long gun. What zero distance are you using? Or do you typically use?
That's all my hunt rifles are
100, okay. Clove, like when you're doing a zero for a hunting rifle or whatever, what zero distance are you using typically?
I'll usually do 200 distance. Now I don't do that at 200 yards.
No, I understand that, yeah.
But yeah, it's 200 zero. Yeah.
Now, is there a reason why you do? Is it because that's what
$420 for 5,000 pistol
eyes,
primers.
Does a 200-yard zero give you better groupings than a 100-yard zero?
Yeah, for most of the well, it's going to depend a lot. It's going to be a lot of caliber specific. It's going to depend on if I'm suppressed. It's going to depend on a lot of factors. But we're talking non-suppressed hunting rifles. You're talking about potentially 300, 400, 500-yard shots.
There's all those Joan Rivers necklaces you were looking for.
Suppressed, popping big things.
That's interesting.
50 to 75 yards.
when I was most of our shots were about, and that's the reason I did most of ours were at 100 yards. We weren't getting any farther out than that because of
In this area, you've got trees and everything else. You're not getting much more than a 100, 200-yard shot.
I would think Clover would buy one of these sets.
Really hung up on the idea of group size and accuracy. We get really, really hung up on it. And it's crazy because you've got people that get really hung up on that probably a lot of people I've seen got not everybody in a box, obviously. But I've seen people
They do a great job of the pictures. I like looking at the pictures on half of these.
never served any time in the military, and they don't shoot competition. And they're so hung up on this whole accuracy game. It goes into something that Jacob out there great.
Why are they so against accuracy?
What age is it, that one?
He says, "What's the MOA you speak of?" So all I know is I
Those
can get
primers,
bored
probably.
and
Oh,
have
propaganda
yards.
pamphlets.
Look,
What's up with
they
this?
Sub MOA.
If you cut the
MOA
difference,
1 inch.
What is
Yeah,
this?
at yards.
yeah, your
So,
MOA,
Social Security in a Soviet America. Oh, shit, there's something about
So
fascism.
when you're talking about
A labor party for the United States.
I put it in
Structure and functioning. International Ladies Garment Workers
in
Union.
the hunting world, and we're talking most medium game.
Price 2 cents. Why communism? Plain talks on vital problems. Damn, that's weird. Mother blood. No, mother bluer? What does that mean? How much is this one going for? Where'd that go? Where'd the crazy stuff, where'd the propaganda go?
Let alone sub MOA. You don't
What
need
happened?
sub MOA. And what you were talking about goes with what I call combat accuracy, right? It's a little bit
Weird.
tighter
How did
than
it
that.
drop so low when I was
It's a little
looking
bit
at
tighter.
propaganda
Also,
somewhere?
for example, it's not, maybe the size of a
I think I was somewhere in here.
animal, right?
So maybe that's at the
yeah,
top.
with
and then you've got
an
competition.
AR or M16, you're talking about a battlefield 0. So with an AR or in the Marine Corps, the M16 or M4, whatever they're using now, yeah, you're going to use that.
Look at these
36
Zippo
with that
lighters,
AR.
vintage
Now,
Zippo lighters.
for a designated marksman or snipers, you're not using.
Oh, this is
you're
a
not looking
different
for
one.
6
There was a
radius.
couple of these.
Now we're talking sub MOA.
Oh, snap.
The scout
I wonder how
snipers,
much this
they-
one's
those
worth. I
guys
bet
can
you this
probably
one's
get
worth
half
something.
MOA.
Yeah, I don't call sniper stuff though combat accuracy.
Combat, absolutely.
3 minutes.
Exactly. So I want to make that distinction is when people think about military, there's 2 different sides of it. There's battlefield and there's Overwatch.
And I look at EDC situations, as combat accuracy.
Battlefield, absolutely battlefield. Even when I teach people at the range, I tell them do not get caught up, especially in the beginning of trying to hit a golf ball. If you hit the silhouette and a B-50 was a B-52 target, if you hit the silhouette, chances are that threat's going to the ground.
Yeah, round on target. Where's that round on target?
Round on target. Round in the silhouette, you're fine. So yes. Yeah. Now, real quick question also from Jacob. Once again, I love Jacob. Jacob brings some great stuff. Another question: your equipment, is it suppressor and muzzle brake compatible, or does it need to be threaded for a suppressor? Because if so, that adds another investment. So basically, what you're looking at is you're looking for a threaded barrel, and most long rifles have the threaded barrel. Usually it's the 5/8 thread is the kind of common thread. That saying is you're going to find that the vast majority of rifles that are there for hunting are just a larger caliber rifle. Even most ARs are threaded now. 5.56 ARs have the threaded barrels. So unless you're talking handguns, most rifles these days are going to come with threaded barrels. So you don't have to. It's not an additional cost. Usually, it usually comes standard for most of them. Go ahead.
Whoa! You seeing this? Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? Holy moly! Holy moly! Whoa! Let's see what they're selling for. Oh snap! Look at what they're selling for. Somebody's making some money right there. $155. That one later is going to be worth twice that. Twice that almost. That's a neat one right there, I bet. And that's not the only Zippo one. So there's a couple of Zippo ones in here.
Let's be honest.
I've got some of my dad's hunting rifles.
33 seconds.
Yeah, the whole ones. 7mm.
Oh yeah, I go up there every once in a while. I brought up some stuff 2 weeks ago. I was up there snooping around a little bit. Hopefully going to snoop around a little bit more next time I go up there. Trying to kill this mosquito that keeps flying in front of my screen. Oh, I got it, finally.
that's
just in
awesome
time for that
because, yeah,
Zippo
I was
auction
worried
to
about
end.
that. If you remember, I had to get my
Yeah, sure did.
before I painted it, before I got it painted,
Kind of work
I
interested to
would
see
say
how
at the
much
same
these
time, I
things go
think you got
for.
it done before.
There it
you
goes,
get a whole
155
Cerakote,
bucks.
but yeah,
Somebody made like
it's,
100 easy on that.
That thing shot so lights out that I was really worried because when you break a barrel from a receiver,
DJ's gonna buy those.
Shot so lights out. It's like I did not want to break that loose and then have to worry about trying to get it back the same, right?
Yeah.
And so, but the
That 45 is still 490 bucks.
Backside of the lathe, right? And provided the barrel's long enough.
Or what first issue?
But if you're talking about a hunting rifle, it's already plenty long enough for like a 15-inch barrel. It's plenty long enough.
Great question. Once again, Jacob, being solid as always. How often do you go to the range? How many rounds?
Civil War
range
tokens.
session? How good is your ear pro? All factors can influence someone.
Those pennies are as old as
You're
revolvers.
right. I mean, all
almost.
of those. Everyone's going to actually. Here's the thing. Everyone's going to have their own reason why they get the suppressor. Those are very general ones that are going to be factors for everyone.
Fender Zippo
But
lighters.
sometimes it's
What?
very, very simple. That some person has a specific reason. They look cool. Absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, no, you're right. Now let me ask you this real quick, Clover. When it comes to the average suppressor, let's say it's a
Journey and
caliber,
Fender.
Suppressor. But you can get 308, 6.5 Creed, all of these multi-caliber under one. You probably even put, I guess you can shoot 5.56 to that.
Multi-cal suppressor.
A multi-cal suppressor.
Yeah.
Now,
So
when
how
people
about
talk
you
about lifespans of these multi-cal suppressors, like
Do people
how
like
many-
Journey?
How many rounds? Right. So that
59
that's
bucks
a
for a
misconception
Journey
on people here
Zippo.
now.
59
The
bucks.
cheaper
So you're
the-
getting
the
this other
can that you get,
Fender one for
that
free.
very well could drop. If you're doing a Form 1 and you're building your own, depending on how you're building it, that might be a one-shot can.
That's true. That's true. And I'll talk about a couple things. Your prepper out there made a good point.
I didn't see New York out there.
So
I'm still up here.
my first suppressor was a Gym Tech. The model escapes me right now. It's three letters that I always get wrong. But anyway, it's a 762.
Oh, those propaganda pamphlets are $35.
Rated, blah, 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 right?
That's pretty cheap.
It is a sealed suppressor, meaning that it does not come apart. And I did not realize that, become highly recommended at the time, and it's been a phenomenal, wonderful suppressor. The problem with it being sealed is other than using some brushes and a air compressor and putting in a sonic cleaner, it's like there's hardly any way to clean that. And it's the only suppressor I got to see. And I remember being concerned because I couldn't clean the thing. And so I contacted Gemtech, and I had had it maybe a few months, and this was a concern of mine. And I contacted Gemtech, and they're like, yeah, that's rated for like 280,000 rounds or some kind of crap without even cleaning. Okay. So it's like, I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, yeah, you're going to run it through a sonic cleaner? And they're like, oh, yeah, sonic cleaner. Get you some softer brushes, brush through it, and then blow it out when you're done and that kind of thing. Make sure you dry it well. But you can run suppressors wet, too. There is such a thing as a wet suppressor. What I was going to say that New York Prepper had brought
real
up.
Quick, before you go in real quick, I'm putting the link out there in the chat. I can control who comes in. Prepper, if you want to join in, there's the link in the chat. I'd love to have you join in if you want to. Come on in, bro. If you want to, the link's right there.
I got one of these balloon ladies, so I'm wondering how much this is going to go for. If anybody wants a balloon lady, let
really
me
cool
know.
stuff. But yeah, go ahead, Clover.
Yeah,
He made a point
I said you find a link.
I don't know if you find it, but he made a point when we were talking about getting a barrel threaded.
You talked about.
I said you needed to find a competent, good machinist / gunsmith, right? Not all gunsmiths are machinists.
Are you talking about tuning it? Is that what you're saying?
No. There was a thing about threading up there. So that goes into field grown, Form 1, blah, blah, blah. You have to make sure when that is threaded, that it's somebody that knows what they're doing. Because you have to be true to bore. 100% you have to. Whether you're building your suppressor or you're threading a barrel, right? Any of that, all of that has to screw on, line up. If it doesn't, you're going to get a baffle strike. You're going to get a round that hits a baffle or something like that, and that's going to be a bad day. It's not necessarily going to be a bad day for you. I've never seen or heard of anybody getting hurt from a baffle strike, but you've waited for months to get your can, you spent the money, and then now
it's gone.
Yeah. Why kind of hit the target? Nothing says the paper.
Yeah.
Right. And I've actually seen those before. I've seen some cans before, ball cans, by the way, that people's like, this scope's trash. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, how's it going?
And you get looking, and
I'm watching a few things on this auction. I actually bid on one thing already.
Oh yeah.
Watching a couple more.
You can tell me a side chat or something.
Oh, I'll say it out here because I don't think it's anyone watching is going to care. But it's some of those tractors, those little toys.
Oh really?
There's like two. Yeah, my dad's real into tractors.
Right on. Here's another one.
He might be almost done with Christmas shopping. If I win one of the auctions, then I'll be done with Christmas shopping.
Right on. You have any idea what those primers are worth?
No, I don't. That's what I was hoping we'd have some reloading people out there because I'm curious, like by the pound. You know, like if I say, I have 10 pounds of 45 brass, is that worth $100? Is that worth $1,000? Like I have no idea. Maybe it's only worth $5. Like I honestly have no idea how much brass is worth. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, you look at scrap price, right? Like how much is brass per pound scrap? Like a couple bucks or something.
Well, a lot of these weird brass things can be cut or shaped into some other kind of brass, some other caliber,
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay, I'm at the bottom. I don't like going up to the top when I don't know if I'm all the way at the bottom, so it's hard to do it. Is this one of yours? 58 seconds left.
Which one?
The one with the 4 reds and a gray and a black.
Oh, I was watching that one. I didn't bid on that one.
Too much or not the right kinds or what? It's at $45.
Yeah, not really the right kinds. I mean, to be honest, my dad would like it, but I got my eye on something different.
This I don't understand. I'd like to look at these, but I don't know if I wouldn't pay $35 to look at them. But that's interesting. Young communists and something. I don't know what that is.
Why can't you get it at 58? So that's interesting.
There was not enough barrel.
There goes those for 45. It looks like 7 bids. I guess that's a number of people that were interested enough in them to bid.
Yeah, I was just looking at the bid history on that one. And it looks like it was all from the other day, and then it went to $40 this morning, and then went to the 45 like right 9:12, so 6:12 our time. But yeah, like this 33 pounds of 380. Like, is that a good price? $220? It seems like a lot.
380's I think pretty hard to find right now, so it's not so much that what it was worth is whether or not you can even get it nowadays. I think that's the deal. Vintage pinup notepads. Holy moly. Talk about the potential there. Wow. That's neat.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of fake.
Those are going to go for $60.
I've read all kinds of stuff that's just not true. Like
some postage scales.
I started some stuff earlier, like to watch to watch certain ones. And when I go over to my watching, I'm only following like one thing. I thought you're supposed to like be able to give you a list of like the 4 or 5 things you click on.
Maybe it you clicked it twice and it unclicked, you know, like click and unclick type of thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm gonna go look at how much this D-Day lighter. We got a little while before that one goes. I got Zippo queued up in my eBay.
Like, those Zippos were kind of cool. I like Zippos. Like at a while there, I thought I was gonna start collecting them, but then I changed my mind.
What? 1994 D-Day. DJs are going for $400. $300. Let's put in 1994 and see what happens. 1994 D-Day Zippo is going for $425.
Dang.
No, $44. Probably this one. Oh, let's see what the hell is going on over here.
Okay, that's a difference. $44 or $400.
This looks like the black one with the emblem on it. That looks like that one, right? $99. Sold for. No, wait. Is this similar? I don't know if this is being sold or. Oh, no, that's the same lighter, dude. That's the same lighter. But it comes with this other set of 4 that also is in it. But that one lighter is worth something. Here it is by itself. $360. What? This one's sold for $360. That's 4 lighters, though. So the question is, do they have the 4 lighters also? Because they have the 25 right there. That one's at $65. And it looks like it's selling for maybe $90 by itself on eBay. It comes with that set of other ones, or it's along with that other set. But here's one for $200 that sold. Here's one for $189 that sold. $125. That line means that somebody took a different price for it. Here's one for $89 that somebody took a different price. Here's ones that sold for $130, $110, $115. So this is $100 lighter right here, and it's going for $65 right now with 8 bids on it. But look at this, 27 pounds and 9 millimeter. It's like buying a bunch of cigarettes. It's just bad for you. I wonder if they're going to have that other Zippos, those other 4 Zippos that are worth $500. What do you think about the coins? I feel like there's so many coins being sold and bought and stuff. There's probably people knowledgeable about that out there. So here's another set of model toy tractors that's marked multicolored ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are pretty cool.
Let's see. And then we've got 5,000 small rifle primers for $390. That was quite a bit cheaper than the other one. Here's another set of toys. So somebody had another set of toy tractors. Somebody had a lot of tractors.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a lot of tractors. Again, taking pictures of or whatever, that'd be interesting.
So what's up though with the it's about to end, but there's 3 Burris and Beeman scopes. Like 3 scopes for $55. I don't know, is Burris one of those like kind of crappy scopes or something?
Well, they're old, so for one, you're not going to get them fixed or anything. Now, one of them is long eye relief for pistols, so it's a pistol scope. So from back in the days when you would hold your pistol way out in front of you, so it would need a long eye relief.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Scout rifles where you'd want it way far away from your eye. So they're specifically, you wouldn't be able to put them on a rifle. You'd have to have it way out in front of you, like on the way up on top of the gas tube on an AK type of distance from your face. And then they're 1X, 2X, and 1x5. So they're like 1X It means one magnification. You know what I mean? So effectively, it's just a reticle. It's no magnification at all. So they're unique. They're probably interesting for somebody who's putting together like a replica build, like a vintage build.
Yeah, I hadn't clicked on the thing yet to see the description. I'm just like 3 scopes for $55. Like, you tell me a scope's worth $20 each. But yeah, now they're kind of specialized, right? They're older and they're pistol scopes.
Yeah, that being said, I have no idea what's collectible and what was somebody's Olympic winning scope, and that's a nice one in a box. You know, I have no idea if it's something like that. Because that happens sometimes.
Well, if so, they just got it for under $60. Less than $20 each.
All right, I'm going back to the bottom. See how that Zippo's doing.
Yeah, my watch function is not working. When I scroll down, it says that I clicked on the little star, but then when I go to filter out to see just the ones I'm watching, like nothing shows up.
You guys use the CD cans that are attached to basically a brake at that point?
Yeah. Do you want to go first, or should I?
Go ahead.
I have the Silent Echo ASR mounts, so they it's either flash hider or a muzzle brake. The only thing with those, you just have to make sure you have it locked in good when you tighten that suppressor down. So
wow, $1,400. You kidding me?
You read the manual
For what?
CD mount and have it nicely tightened in.
The 60.
Camel Joe. Sterling Silver Camel Joe pool player. That's crazy. I had a Camel Zippo. Got it in my godkid's initials. And because the initials were cool, people kept trying to steal it off me, and somebody stole it off me. But you used to get Zippos off Camel Bucks. I was so stoked having this Camel Zippo. And it was like brass or something, or copper or something. I can't remember anymore. Somebody stole it off me. Actually, I left it at his house, and then he kept it. Here's one. It's $165 Zippo right there. $165 Zippo. Right now, it's at $65. Oh, that's all of them. Damn, that's at the end. So they have it at the end. They usually put the expensive stuff towards the end, so they must know that that one's going to go up a bit. 1,000 rounds of 22. So I guess they don't have those other Zippos unless I missed them or they already went through. Oh yeah, that's that porcelain lady selling fish. I think who was looking for one of these?
So you would go ahead and change the optic settings.
8 pounds of powder.
Man, there's another set of vintage scopes. 5 scopes for $50 right now.
This one here, I seen a 7 for $45. Way down towards the bottom. All right, I'm going up to the top again. I've been all the way to the bottom. M77, $690. Why is this gun going for $690? What's so good about 280 Remington 7mm Express? Come on, they can't figure out the caliber. Oh, it's both. Let's see. The example is a polymer stocks comes with a scope. Oh, I guess are those the same caliber? 280 Remington and 7mm Express Remington? It says it's both. I don't know how that works. It's caliber. I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if is that like a 223 556 kind of deal where it's about the same.
It must be 308, 762 by 51 or something. These coins are older than revolvers. There's a Springfield for $300.
You should still be able, but if you're looking for a precise hit, you know, yes, absolutely. So let me ask you guys this also. Now, they're talking from my vantage point of, um, and I was talking, Clipper, you might not be here, but usually I'm having discussions. I'm trying to, for my competition right
Some of the really expensive ones, you mean?
Thinking about, should I look at the suppressor side of things? And right now, I'm kind of convinced myself that it may not. I don't think it gives me enough distinct advantage over my brake to make that change. With your experience, do you prefer shooting suppressor long range, or do you prefer shooting muzzle brake long range?
I'll tell you that, in my opinion, suppressors are like the best thing since the wheel was invented. You know, like it makes a huge difference. Especially, I mean, I don't know what kind of cartridge are you running in your competitions. Is it like a high power?
Have the ones you're bidding on bid yet?
Yeah,
Oh, Smeggy dropped out.
Well, I happen to run the Horn ELD match.
And it's what? 6.5 Creedmoor. Well, with the 6.5 Creedmoor, in my opinion, it's not like a heavy kicker or anything.
Right.
It is tolerable with just like even without a muzzle brake, it's tolerable.
Well, my first match I ever shot didn't even have anything. Didn't have my muzzle. My muzzle brake hadn't come in yet. But yeah, I mean, I've got a muzzle brake right now. I love it. Like I said, for me,
did your stuff come up yet?
And I can track right now with my muzzle brake just fine.
No, it's near the bottom, or kind of in the middle, I think.
Means maybe track better, or what? You know, I don't know. But like, for me, it's hard to sit there and say the pain and the agony of what it takes sometimes to go through the process of getting a suppressor. Is it worth it right now over my brake? And I don't know the answer to that. That's why I'm looking for people's advice.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like super critical if you're shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor. Another thing to keep in mind too is that I don't know what kind of competitions you do, but you know, suppressors will add 6 to 8 inches onto your barrel. So
absolutely,
you're gonna throw your balance off a little bit. It's gonna be longer. It's gonna feel different. So if you're used to, let's say, running a 16-inch barrel carbine, it feels nice and light. It's quick handling. But once you add a suppressor onto that, it's going to feel like a hunting rifle. So that's something else to keep in mind if you're doing more like CQB stuff.
No, this is like PRS.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the funny thing you see about that: it's going to add length, and it's going to add a little bit of weight. Two things that people in the PRS game love: they love weight and they love length. The length, obviously, supposedly helps feel more better, but mine's about a 15.5-pound rifle. There are guys I see that add weights and all that. They're getting like 27, 28-pound rifles because they want the stability of, I'm telling you. I literally saw a guy like a 27.5-pound rifle in my last match. And I was like, he swears by it because it's stable and all that. Like, I love it around everywhere. Like, good Lord, dude. Like, I can carry 2 rifles for the same thing, you know? Yeah. But for some people, that extra weight, extra length is something they're looking for. To me, not so much. I don't really care. You know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think I would encourage you to do it. Just because the sooner you put in for it, the sooner you'll get it. You know, because it's a long process. But now they have the e-file. So
yeah, it's about 3 to 4 months or 4 to 5 months. I think it's about.
You get the pistol cheaper than the 500 rounds of ammo or whatever, 38 pounds of ammo.
Yeah. Like my paper file took like 14 months, and I just did an e-file, and that one took like, even the e-file took like 7 or 8 months. So the sooner you put in for it, the sooner you get it. You know. So I would still put in for it, but I wouldn't say it's like make or break. But I noticed for me when I shoot my Win Mag or something high power like that, it makes a huge difference on my accuracy. Flinch factor is just eliminated. Basically, it's like.
Yeah, you're bringing up something that is a great topic as well. The difference of shooting a 6.5 Creed and a 300 Win Mag are vastly different. So suppressor might actually help a lot.
My internet go out?
300 Win mag with a 6.53. So caliber absolutely probably has a lot to do with making that decision.
Seemed fine to me.
Now, Steve, go ahead. Go ahead, Flo.
Yeah, y'all were talking about the looking at vertical differential. I think it's a camp that you look at.
Okay.
I have shot, demoed, whatever, broken up everything else. Over here, massive wide variety of quick disconnect, all kinds of things, right? I go back.
Stack of quarters up to $105. John Z is saying the stuff is worth, or the coins are overpriced for where the gold and silver value is, but does that mean it's a good time to be selling coins? Like people are paying for them?
And I know a lot of people don't have that, so I understand. But for me, and what I've experienced, I'm just much more comfortable with the thread, the way that pressure with the thread on the lock, shoulder, after you screw it down, and quick disconnect, they rely on three. Good. Quick disconnect.
So just out of curiosity, I looked up brass, and it looks like it's about, I don't know, like $1.75 per pound.
I think it's probably the combat.
So like even if you were getting your brass, like not even for reloading, some of those are still a deal.
The specific reason is probably
Just to buy it as brass, you're saying?
right. Like, I don't think
Yeah, well at least I think the one I saw, it was like 68 pounds or something, and it's going for $70. I forget what the numbers were, but it was around $1 a pound, and it's like that's cheaper than the scrap price right now. Let alone we all know the reloading, it's worth more since it's the right shape and everything.
What's the recycle price?
Like $1.75.
Oh, so it's like half price, yeah.
And we're not going to get into if I forgive my dad yet for scrapping my brass back in the day.
Think about it. Don't think about it.
Actually, last time I was home when I was looking for some stuff, I found a whole big bin of brass that's like still had to be cleaned and deprimed and all that stuff. So he didn't even find like that box. So I feel better now knowing that I still have, I don't know, probably 1,000 rounds or maybe 1,500 rounds that I could reload if I, get it all cleaned up and everything. I thought he took everything I had and I was literally straight out of like have nothing left. So I feel better. I'm still, it was kind of, I don't know, annoying, but we were just trying to help.
I had an uncle or somebody that would go to travel all the time. I think he might have had some job where he traveled for a living, like his business or his job or whatever. I mean, so he had an entire room with shelves filled up with steins like this, all different kinds. You ever have one of these steins?
No, I'm a shot glass kind of guy, so I collect. Anytime I go somewhere, I'll get a shot glass. That's like the one like touristy thing that I do is like
that's a pretty practical way to do it, because you can get 2 or 3 even on a trip and bring them home comfortably without making a lot of nuisance. Those steins, some of them were super elaborate and fancy and whatnot. And then it took him an entire room was full of shelves just devoted. I mean, he liked them. He liked going in there and looking at them and stuff. I don't know if he drank out of them. I think some of them you get from drink, you buy the drink at a bar type of thing. Like you go to an event and you buy the fancy stein, I think. I could see spoons too, because then you just have a bunch of spoons hanging there. Nothing else, they're spoons still.
Man, someone's fighting me, man. Someone's fighting me.
Oh, really? Here's one going up with a plate and a couple of toys.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going for. I want the accoutrement.
Oh, really? The other stuff besides the trailer, the tractors?
Yeah, my dad's already got a tractor like that, so it'd be cool to. Ah,
Somebody's messing with you? That's messed up, dude. I bet your shit's worth a bunch of money. That's why you're gonna end up getting your dad a bunch of cool shit that's worth a bunch of money.
yeah, but I mean, I was happier with it when it was in the $30 range. I mean, I don't know anything about it. That's part of my other problem. It's just literally I saw it and was like, that's kind of cool. I can get done with my Christmas shopping. Oh, someone else is fighting them because I didn't bid that 60. So we're in a three-way fight right now.
I'm gonna go do some research for you. You got another minute and a half. Let's see. A collectible TV tray, tractor, and baler. So let me see what a baler costs. John Deere baler.
Selective calibers and wildcats that people shoot that are going to work specifically for their rifle.
The baler?
They need it for.
Nope.
If you're
Nope.
looking for something
Nope.
that is a great,
Come on.
solid, all-around caliber 6.53 you can hunt with, you can shoot
Steam
something
tractor?
with.
Let's see what
Those
steam
are
tractor
expensive.
costs.
You can find rifles all over the place. They're cheaper than 6.53. Like, I almost say, I'm not saying it's taken over, but I would almost say
I used to play on that kind of stuff in the front yards of people's houses and shit.
So I found one of those trays, not the same picture as that one, but this tray is $80.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's the thing that people are bidding on.
Yeah, but then this other one's $15. So
And that airplane might be the thing. John Deere airplane. John Deere vintage airplane from 1990. Not as yellow wings, so.
it's going for $60 here. I'm not gonna pay 65. I don't know what I'm doing, so
Yeah, it's probably some fancy collectible.
yeah. And my dad would just look at it and be like, "Well, that's cool. It's a tractor."
Yeah.
You wouldn't appreciate that. Oh, this one was the one that was made in 1967 with, lot number 5 or whatever the heck.
But you could give them the tractor thing and then, or the stuff that goes with it, and then sell the rest of it back on eBay and get all your money back.
Oh man, so I found the tray, the one that had that little like windmill or whatever on it.
Yeah.
$8.
Oh, nice.
So
you got out of that one good, unless you bought it.
No, I didn't buy it.
There's a break.
I don't know what the heck this website is. The tray is $8, and there's a $7.99 shipping and handling.
Yeah, because it's big and wide, and it has to be in a nice box. You can't just put it in an envelope.
Yeah, that's annoying. I guess that we live in the Amazon era where I'm like, if I have to pay $1 for shipping, like screw you. I don't care if I saved $50 on the thing. You make me pay $1 shipping, I don't want to buy it anymore.
Wow, 4,000 Magnum rifle primers just went for $390. That seems like nothing. 4,600 primers for $300, $400, and people are complaining about not having primers.
Lever action are not some people tend to go out to 800,000 yards.
Oh, snap. I didn't see this commemorative 1776 commemorative Zippo. I don't know if I'm going to have to.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of neat. Yeah, for $25, not bad.
Oh, it's at $25 still?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. $285. What? A vintage unfired regular set. This was a set. It's $285. That one right there, $185. Holy shit! That one's going
That one's
for.
got 20 seconds to make a 1,000% markup.
Man, that thing is. Am I crazy, or is that it right here? $150. I mean, that was best offer. 138, 145 all day. Oh snap! Somebody's about to just go nuts because they were hoping to get $100 for that lighter or more, and somebody just Caught that with 3 bids. Wish I had been paying attention. I would have probably bought that one. That looks like a sure thing because there's a whole bunch of them here for $100-something bucks. It's both frustrating and an opportunity. Every opportunity is somebody else kicking the nuts. Sometimes, not everyone. Every once in a while, an opportunity is kicking somebody in the nuts. But every once in a while, somebody just is like, I don't know what this is, so I got $25 for it. Great. But I got a feeling some Zippo person out there is ecstatic that they just made $100 worth of Zippo in whatever that's called.
Oh. Yeah, and that brass is coming up here in 2 minutes. 61 pounds of 40 casing for $75.
These things look pretty cool. I could see how somebody would want these things around. $20, damn. Some little kid's gonna be happy with these. Or some people, maybe an old person. I guess an old person can look at these also.
I would say of those, this is just me.
You're talking about this 40 Smith & Wesson brasses?
Yeah. Because I mean, if it's
61 pounds, you're saying it's worth almost $2 a pound, so it's worth $120 ish.
Yeah, it's worth $100.
But then shipping.
Crap. Yeah, maybe it's someone local.
Yeah, but you could also figure you take that to a reloading place and say, hey, I brought you 60 pounds of 40 brass. What's that worth? And they'll go, here's $400, or, you know, way more than, like you're saying, like more than the price of recycled metal, because it's brass. Or what's the odds of all that being ruined? Like none. It's probably all good. 70 pounds of it for going for $85. You know what else you could do with that is just drop it into small bags of a pound each, and you'd have 61-pound bags, and you could sell that for some amount of money each, and you'd sell the shit out of it. I bet 10 pounds each.
I wonder how many cases are in a pound.
Oh yeah, figure out how many 100 weights. That's what we used to do at the shop when we get brass. Is just figure out how much 100 weighs, and then weigh out baggies of that weight all the time. Sort of like distributing
You're not going to get LWRC or you're not going to get Sons of Liberty for $800. I promise you that. But unless they're used and you have a buddy that has one, that's about it. Prepper, TJ Clover, we'll read these out.
$75. Nobody's even really bid on it. When were those bids? Were those bids all a long time ago? You can just tell. Well, there's one bid from today.
So 40 Smith & Wesson brass is approximately 10 pounds for 1,000 rounds. So that's like 6,000 rounds of brass.
Does it say anywhere where it's selling? Like you can buy it used?
I don't know. I'd find Tar River Trading Post is where I saw that from.
So this is a Weaver, a Simmons, and a Bausch and Lomb, and a Bushnell. And these are 3x8, and these you could put on a rifle. These would be more rifle-ish. They were expensive in the day, and they're all probably kind of goofy sizes at this point. Like they think everything since then has, well, maybe those, I don't know. But I think there's more consistency in tube sizes now than there used to be. You might have to shim one of those, in other words. Or put some kind of a sleeve around it to get it to fit in your rings. So here's 500 rounds of 9mm. Oh, that's not ammo. That's ammo. What am I saying? I thought that was brass.
So this, I don't know, this Tar River Trading Post, it says it's out of stock right now, but they sell a box of 40 pounds, which would be, like I said, that'd be approximately 4,000 rounds of the 40 Smith & Wesson. So they sell 40 pounds of it for, well, it says add $95. What's the base price? So that's worth $100 for 40, like at least. Yeah, it's not showing the price because it's out of stock. Anyways, the point is it's worth at least like double of the scrap price because it's an actual thing, like for people who want it as a product, not as scrap.
Yeah, exactly. To reuse it instead of recycling.
So that's 60 pounds. You could probably get I don't know, a couple $100 for it.
You find the arrow precision lower, and maybe.
Do you have any more auctions you're looking at?
Yeah, there's that other John Deere one that was lower down. It's just tractors though. It's like I said, he's already got a couple tractors, but let's see if I can find it.
The one, the three of them, that's cheap.
Build or buy your first AR? What say you?
I would say buy for sure, unless you have.
I thought there's a lot of John Deeres.
This way, you don't have to waste a bunch of money.
I mean, I guess that one's got the whatever that is, the little planter or something with it.
Go through all that, just get
I don't know what those little spike things are. They're in the front.
maybe your second or third one, build.
I think those are the plowed troughs.
Yes, you can build for way cheap.
Like those are plows, right?
But I think what you could do.
Oh yeah.
Is
I guess I always picture plows like being off the back end.
a completed lower on the.
Oh, it's got a little dude sitting on it.
The one does.
Yeah.
But that's how they were as toys back in the day. It would be the weight of the machine. Instead of it be behind it, you'd have to be dragging weight. With this, the weight of the machine would help plow those things down in, right? It might be something else, but it looks to me, and actually, if it's set up like this, there's troughs all over the place, right behind the front wheels and right behind the back wheels.
Yeah.
But I think that's to keep the weight of the thing. This looks like an old-fashioned one too.
Oh yeah, when the front wheels are together, that's the old style.
Oh, that's a way to tell. I was just looking at all the levers and shit being exposed. But that's a way to know if the wheels are together up front. I never paid attention to that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They might still make them like that, but you're right that I think, especially like look at the seat and everything. Like that's an old style. New tractors nowadays are much fancier.
I was
and most of them use space out the front wheels.
This is a picture of the dude from, or a ceramic version of John Richardson from this Lawyers and Guns podcast or whatever. Except instead of whittling, he's writing something in his journal. It's a little bit longer mustache, but otherwise it looks like him.
Those cars are kind of cool.
Yeah, they are. It makes me want to get a couple of Matchbox cars and just paint thinner them. But they wouldn't look this cool because there's so much plastic on a Matchbox car.
Yeah, these are I bet you those are dense too, where Matchbox is like pretty flimsy.
Yeah, like these feel like they would be pewter or something. Oh, I guess they're gone. They feel
They
like
are
they'd be pewter. Yeah.
Yeah, collectible pewter Danbury mint cars. But yeah, they just went for $50.
Oh, I should have looked those up. Let's see if there's any more.
Did you see that 50 BMG armor piercing?
Yeah, I saw those boxes. Those boxes like that they're bigger than you think, because I look at them and I think of a size of shotgun size box or shotgun shells or something. They're like really big. But anyway, they had when I went up there the first time, I was like, what's up with all the 50 BMG ammo? And then he showed me where it was at the time, because the stuff moves around up there all the time. And man, it was a giant pile. It's probably all gone now because they're selling 3 or 4 each auction. But it was a lot. They had a lot of ammo. It was really neat. That D-Day Zippo that's worth 99 or more is sitting there at 65 still.
My dog apparently really wants that amethyst ring that's closing at $70.
These are Toby mugs and creamers. Oh, okay. I thought these were tiny. I think these are the normal size. So I have one that's ugly like this, but it's a little different. And I've had it sitting on eBay forever, but it looks like they're not selling here either.
$500 for a rifle, you better have a couple $100 at least for a decent optic.
Yeah, so my dog just jumped up on me because I grabbed his toy and I was about to stand up, and he almost made me put a bid on a ring that was closing in 10 seconds. God, the little thing popped up that says confirmed. I swear to God, because when he jumped, I got my phone and my tablet right now, and he knocked it over. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna like grab the front of the tablet so it doesn't hit the ground, and my finger hit the button that bid on it.
It's a good thing you didn't have it set to auto bid or something.
Yeah.
Zippo pocket knives. Well, I wish I would have had time to look this up.
Well, I mean, it looks like it's just one like kind of those crappy promotional knives, and one of them happens to say Zippo on it.
Oh, okay. I thought these were Zippo brand knives with different.
I think you see how like just the one says Zippo and the other one's like Tom's Feed Store or whatever the heck.
All blades are marked Zippo, it says.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Zippo made the knives and then people bought them and put their names on them.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Tom Pro Tools, Hickory.
Yeah. So I bet you these are worth a fortune. If people are into Zippos, they're going to be, oh, those are $20. What? Do you got money? You got to do time to bid on those? I bet you. I'm going to go look. Those could got to be worth more than nothing, dude. Come on. Zippo knife. But it makes no sense that people that are bidding on those Zippos aren't bidding on the knives. Do I have it set to... Yeah, I do have it set to closed. I don't know if those are in boxes or not. Oh, man. I don't know. I can't tell. There's too many. I'm going to scroll way down. I don't know. I'll bet you they're worth more than $20, though. That's crazy. Yeah, one of those is worth $100.
What?
One that had International Harvester, so it's an interesting brand, but it's $100 on eBay. Here's one, a Hercules one. It just says Hercules powder, $85. Here's one that says, no, it doesn't say anything. Zippo advertising knives. Here's a lot of them for $69. We had 45 of them sold for $69, but still. So I think those are the kind of things, if you, like me, if I have an eBay thing just sitting there, I should be buying that right now and set those on my eBay as separate items, and I'd make money. Yeah. There's one that sold for $70. I can't bid. I don't have my stuff in fast enough.
Oh, you have to always log in and register for the thing before you look at it.
Because here's another one, a brand I never heard of, sold for $71. Here's some that sold for $75 for 3. They're very random, but some of them definitely are worth value. I wish I would have seen that one ahead. I probably would have bid on that. For $20? Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, see, for me, it's not worth the hassle.
Like I say, if you have an eBay store anyway, then yeah, what's the help? Just put up 16 auctions and put them there. And if they sell for $10 each, you make $1 million. Well, you make $70. But that's frustrating for somebody who put a whole bunch of those in there hoping they'd go.
I guess I looked at them like, you know how there's those like
we promise you.
I don't even want to put army knife, but it's like there'll be 2 or 3 blade, like the real small kind of pocket knives, they'll fold out. And then you always have Jim's Feed Store and blah blah blah's used car lot, like that promotional stuff. That's what I kind of looked at those Zippo ones as. God damn it, dog. I really hope I didn't just bid on something. Doesn't look like I did.
At 7 Central, but even if every now and then you're available, I'd love to have you just jump in there if you want. So I'm just sending you on an email list of 2 rings. I'd love to have you talking about some of the stuff you talked about. This, I'd love to have you on more often. So if you're able, even if it's maybe once a month or something for 10 minutes, you just got 10 minutes to jump on in.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I got time. So yeah, just send me the links. I'll definitely pop in whenever I can. Thank you.
Yeah, man, sure. No certain viewers on
this little dog. Okay. He's a bad doggy.
TJ, bring you in real quick.
Are you jumping on me?
TJ's from Buddy of ours. We all Clover and I and TJ write for Gear Report as well. So TJ's at Gear Report. He is our executive vice president of food and beverage for SHOT Show and just in general. But yeah, you guys will get along great as well. But TJ, what you got coming up with reviews, going on with Gear Report and all that stuff?
Finishing up a bunch of stuff. Macrolane, the RDS. I think that's what you should have in. That's the new one. Ordered all those and swapping around on different ARs and stuff. And
Not too much good stuff in this.
DBG1.
Yeah, I mean, the reloading things seems to be quite a bit in this auction.
A bunch of them are coming out.
But I didn't see too many firearms. A couple of shotguns or something, and a couple of handguns.
There was 13 of them today. They were kind of normal. Yeah, that spring. It was like just normal stuff. Springfield, a Ruger 380, a couple of shotguns of different types. A couple of 20 gauge shotguns though that I wish I had money in to grab because they were like $200. And we got this kid that's shooting now. But and then one 410 single barrel. I think that's the only stuff. I didn't see anything like old-fashioned revolvers or anything that I missed. I don't think. But there was only like 13 guns or something.
Oh, that D-Day later's coming up. $70.
Yeah, like I say, it's about 99 if you look at it on eBay.
Oh, so that's about right. I guess probably get that, pay some shipping, save a little bit of money.
Well, and that's just what's recently on eBay. You know, you own that for 2 years, and then what's it worth? You know, for somebody that wants it goes anyway or likes Harley Davidson or D-Day, I was thinking Harley Davidson. You know, somebody that's got D-Day commemoratives or something, then they get to enjoy it knowing that it's going to go up in value.
Yeah, I've got some, and I've got a Winchester 30-30. That's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, 30-30, that's classic.
19, I got a 1911, but it's 10 millimeters.
These were like the Star Wars figures of the olden days. I mean, those porcelain figures.
I'll see you Thursday night, buddy. Clover, bring it home. Once again, tomorrow night at 7 Central over on the Clover Tech channel. Apparently, this Clover Tech channel thing's a thing. I've never heard of it before. He keeps telling us he has his own channel. I still have zero proof of this being real, but apparently we're doing a podcast, the Ghost of Clover show, over on the Clover Tech channel tomorrow. Big announcement. Go ahead, Rick. It's huge. If you're patrons or channel members of either one of us, you already
Not a lot of knives used today either.
Thank you all of you that have already kind of got involved with this. But Flo, if you were, I'm not saying
Yeah.
you won't
I saw a couple of Damascus. It seems like that's like
be.
a thing. You have to. Every auction has a couple like the Damascus blade.
I doubt that very seriously.
Besides John, I do guns, I do sports cars, I do creators, I do all kinds of stuff.
I understand if you
Kurt
start
Cobain
on
later.
Amazon only channel, but it's only like weird stuff. I don't know if you get into some stuff like alternate
Weird items on Amazon.
Yeah, like that might be well for you. I don't know.
No, yeah, just, I mean, tune in tomorrow. I would say because that's what we're going to talk about.
The radiated dimes. What?
Jacob out there says, so this mysterious channel is making its grand debut tomorrow night. Yes, the Clover Tech channel is making its debut. Oh, all right. Yeah, we've got. We'll be on Clover's channel tomorrow night doing a Ghost of Clover podcast. Big announcement. Thursday on my channel, we have our latest episode of the Jarhead podcast. We have CIA officers, Boone Benton and Sarah Adams, that were at Benghazi, that have written a book, and it's the unclassified story of the Benghazi.
3 neutron irradiated dimes.
Guys are, so this is going to blow your mind.
Oh, these are.
It's pretty awesome.
Where's
But
the 3?
that'll be coming out Thursday.
Oh, that must be these
We've got
things
some
too.
stuff from HRT life. Your whole that's coming down the line. You got all sorts of stuff
Oh, yeah.
coming down the line.
Atomic
in the next couple
energy.
weeks. And obviously, we'll be at Wanamaker. Not this
Oh,
weekend,
it's a
but next
mercury
weekend.
dime that they made.
Tulsa for Wanamaker
American
Tulsa Arms
Museum
Show.
of Nuclear Energy. So they would put nuclear energy into a dime and then sell it to people, and people were like, "Yeah, I'll take a nuclear dime. Sounds good."
Interesting.
Yeah, stick around when we get off there. We hang out for a few minutes in the after chat if you got time. But
I mean, I guess back in the day, it was like, I don't know, it was just kind of neat because it was like a new technology.
Yeah, I guess.
It's gone. It's already been spent. You knew what you were getting into before you came in here. You're not kissing ass 2 hours in. You're not getting the money back. For those of you that are watching this in replay or listening in podcast form, bless your souls. If you've made it this far with this fiasco, you are a great, great person. But no, I will say this: if you are out there on podcasts, I never do ask people to do this, but apparently it's a podcast thing that I shouldn't feel guilty about asking. If you're listening to this podcast, please follow this podcast. Leave a comment in this podcast. More importantly, if whatever podcast platform that you are listening to this has a rating system like 5 stars or whatever, and you like this, give us a good rating. Maybe it's 1 star. Whatever it is, any stars better than no stars. I feel bad asking people to do that, but apparently that's a big thing in the podcast world, and everyone does it. So, if you're out there in podcast world, give us a follow, leave us a comment, and give us a rating if that platform allows it. If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously we'd love you to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Thank you.
Holy moly, these still got pennies in them.
Everyone has donated in super chats. Really do appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.
What's a penny thing worth if it's got full of pennies in it from the olden days?
It pays for itself.
That's crazy. Complete with full collection of pennies. Yep. Bank separates the pennies. What? A 1930s cylindrical bank that separates the things. Measures whatever. U.S. mail. That one's super neat. All of these are super neat. What are those running? $25. I'm going to go to eBay and see what a penny bank is worth.
Yeah, it looks like I was looking up those, irradiated coins, and it's from the World's Fair. So that's, it's kind of a souvenir thing. I'm sure like nuclear energy was like the wave of the future thing.
How much are they?
Oh, I don't know how much. I was just reading about it because I was like, why the heck would you want to do that?
Are they nuclear now? I think that one's gone, right? Or was that one from down here somewhere? Benjamin Franklin $50. Oh, here it is. So I kind of want that fractional gold token just because it's a little tiny gold bar, a little tiny gold piece. Neutron irradiated time. Neutron irradiated dime, just like the one in the picture there, $75. It already sold from Canada. Another one, $87. Looking for the one in the blue, $32, $25 all day. It's a little bit goofy. No one's in the, some of them look shitty like that. So I don't know why these sold for more. Why these sell for more? 1939 American Museum. Atomic energy, neutron irradiated Canadian dime. Stupid Canadian dime is worth 100 Canadian dollars, so it's probably worth $5. And it's fake Canadian money. I didn't realize it was Canadian money. I'm looking at Canadian eBay, like making all these like, oh yeah, buy that. It's worth $75, and it's like 75 Canadian. It's It's worth one loony or whatever. Like, oh shit, sorry. No, I'm just kidding. This one though is in Canadian for whatever reason. But all those other ones are worth like $30 for the one that was in blue. The little ones are worth $25 each. That Mercury irradiated dime is worth $30. At least that's what it sold for on eBay last. But if you had a Canadian one, it'd be worth $100. A Black Eagle. What the hell is a Black Eagle? $1 silver. Black Eagle dollar bill. I didn't know we had Black Eagles. What is that? Is that like a bald eagle with a black head? A Black Eagle is a bird of prey. He's the only member of the blah blah blah. They sold over South and Southeast Asia. So why do we got him over here on our coin? It basically looks like a bald eagle except with a black head, like all black version of a black eagle or a bald eagle. It is one of the largest eagles in its range. Oh, they're only 2 and 3 pounds. So, suck it, Black Eagle. You know, those look like a bald eagle. So those things are between 2 and 3 pounds. A bald eagle is how many pounds do you think a bald eagle is?
I have no idea.
Nice. Let's see. Bald eagle, sometimes considered the largest true raptor. The only other larger species is the California condor, which is not generally considered a true whatever, but whatever. A bald eagle. Okay, so where's it going to tell me? Is it going to tell me over here? No. Bald eagles. No, what are you going to tell me? Body length, typical, and okay, so what did I say that stupid Black Eagle was 2 to 3 pounds? A bald eagle is 6 to 13 pounds, so they can go suck it. A condor can weigh it doesn't tell me. I'm guessing 9 pounds and up for a condor, though, so they're a lot bigger. But still, Black Eagle, tiny little eagle. They're putting it on $1, $80. Springfield Garrison, 1911, $675. There was also that one 1911 sold for $490, I think. So there was a $500 1911. There's a $600 like nice 1911.
I have a logistical question. There's Glock 23. It's about to sell for $390, but it's a polymer 80. So what's the deal with that? It says that it's not the original Glock frame, but instead the polymer 80 frame, but it's serialized. Does that mean somebody made it, but then had to put a number on it to be able to sell it or whatever? Because I thought if you made a homemade gun, you weren't allowed to sell it.
Serialized Glock. You can buy serialized polymer 80s. So they're just guns. They're just, I like the grip angle of it or whatever. And they buy them because they're better. They like them better. I shouldn't say they are better. They just like them better. So it looks like somebody bought a serialized polymer. Oh, am I breaking up?
I might be.
John Z is taken off. Thanks for joining us. What do you
like? The serial is not showing up good. Like the serial number on it, it definitely looks like hand done.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's the thing. Maybe they buy a normal polymer 80, and maybe it has a piece of blank metal in there. So here's, I didn't think there was any more of these cars. Dang it. I should have looked them up. Danbury Mint Pewter car. I think it just ended on me. Dang it. What was it at? I don't even know. $50, I think. What? Come on, man. Those are big. I thought they were little. You can get a bundle of 25 of them for like $120. $50 for 3. $10 for 1. $14 for 1. So those things are probably worth $14 a piece. 10 of them, $140. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I see one here on eBay that's 13 of them for 137. So again, about $10 each.
Pretty neat. These post office locks, I don't know why they're not going for anything. Maybe nobody's buying them on eBay. I would think those would be great little project parts. Make little boxes or drawers or something out of them. Sell them on like an Etsy. Or those people that do lock picking all the time. Buy them and sell them individually to those people that are looking for unique locks.
Where are you seeing locks?
They're post office mailbox doors, and then a set of locks with them. They're $0. They cost nothing. They're free right now. They're about to end in a minute. I'm on the screen now. Am I still sharing screen? Yeah. There's a link at the place if you want to join in. I got a link at the place for people who are co-hosts. But I think they're super neat. They just have neat detail and like stuff. You'd think somebody could make something out of them. Here comes that Kurt Cobain lighter. I used to call that guy Kurt Cobain. Cocaine. Probably nobody else did that. Yellow and gold diamond ring. It's just the exact same diamond ring that GJ was talking about buying. Uh-oh.
I mean, it's got a sticker right on there. That lighter is only $25. They're selling for 40.
Which later?
The Kurt Cobain. If you like zoom in, that little sticker on the top says $25.
Oh yeah, but that was probably whenever that dude probably just died or whatever. Let's go see what they're selling.
I think it's interesting when you can see old price tags off the stuff. Like, oh, that's what it was when it was new, but because it's a collectible now, it's worth way more.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, exactly. Every once in a while, I've got like ammo or something that still has its old like $1.99 price tag or whatever. Looks like that particular Zippo is selling for $50, 40 or $50 on eBay right now. So that's about what it's
Well, it's at 40 right now.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Marlin bolt action, $100.
Some more tractors going for $55.
Yeah, that's a bunch of them though. And they're super old, it looks like, because they only got one color on some of them. And one of them is something else. Whatever that thing is, some kind of plow looking thing.
Oh,
This-
someone just bid on it.
That's not a good omen. Everybody's leaving yours alone. Another 44 pounds of ammo, or I mean brass.
See, now that makes a little more sense. That it's, 120 bucks for 44 pounds. That's over $2 a pound.
And it's 308. What was the other stuff? Some weird ammo? Like 44 or 38 special or something? Or no, it was 40 Smith.
40, yeah. So you're right. Some weird ammo that nobody wants.
Yeah, exactly. Like nobody's reloading 40, really. Not to that extent. You probably can't see them playing that anyway. $54 seconds. That's weird how that other one kept getting bids right at the end. And then they're like, I don't want those. They're metal. Oh, that heard a ding, but it was something else. I'll click over here on this dolphin necklace to get everybody distracted. Uh-oh. You just got a bid, I think, dude. Yeah, you did. You got outbidded. Did you see that? Is he still in here? Oh, snap.
Did I get outbid?
Yeah, it's at 30 now.
Oh. Because I'm pretty sure the $25 bid was from 2:12 this afternoon, and I didn't even see it until later. That's me.
Oh, okay. So 56 seconds. Oh, reverse proof. What that mean? Like, oops, we made this coin backwards. We accidentally put everything in backwards. I guess that could happen. Coin state quarters. Oh, this is all of them? Oh, it's a fancy page for each one. That's interesting. So you read all about it, make your kid learn a bunch of stuff. Here, I'm going to make you look at a bunch of quarters. I'll read about all these quarters. Oh, snap. But still, you got that other one got bid up and bid up and bid up. Yours is just sitting here not getting bid because that was your bid a second ago. Then.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because of the
Walking away.
accessories and stuff.
Everybody just seen Smeggy walk away. Hopefully your dad's not watching. If your dad's watching, now you're screwed.
There you go.
Yep. Well played. All right, well, I think at this point, well, there's 6 people out there. Who's out there? We can do some kind of a how much is it going to go for type of thing. There's no more guns, that was the problem. There's very few items left. There's 26 pounds of 9mm. That's the only thing left. So 26 pounds of the least interesting ammunitions. That's going to go for some amount of money. One who guesses closest without going over. Right now it's at $250 for 26 pounds of the 9mm. Approximately $10 a pound. This is real ammo, not brass. There's also 1,000 rounds of 22. That's too many rounds of 22 in a lot of people's minds. It's signature select 22, so it's better than regular 22. Quality is guaranteed on it, from what I understand. Put it in the freezer if you want. Make it last longer. And that one is only at 1,000 rounds, $60. Nice. Got that guy on the first attempt. I don't know what they do. They come along from behind me somewhere and they try to dive bomb me right in the eyeball. And it freaks me out, right? So you lean your head back because there's a mosquito zooming right at your eyeball. And then that throws off my depth perception, and I always clap at him in the wrong place. This one didn't work out as well for him. Clapped him right on the first try. I feel like if I was a mosquito, I'd be like, I'm going to go be a mosquito away from all these things that want to kill me. I'll go be a mosquito like next to a mouse or something that don't care about getting bit. 250 rounds, 45 ACP, $120. First to get the final bid without going over, 21 seconds. Pretty easy, $120. That's what I would bid comfortably right now. Or I would guess comfortably, I guess.
My phone's dying, so I'm going to drop out. But thanks for having me. Fun
Yeah,
as
right
always.
on. Yeah, glad you got something. Have fun. I'm going to probably end it also because of there's nothing else happening and nobody's saying anything. Krabby Turtle's out there. DJ's out there. John Z was out there, but he goes to bed early. Then you got Kingpin, who's out there talking about farm toys. And, his parents have a huge collection of farm toys. Very cool. I was just thinking, some of these toy things, like the tractors or the cars and stuff, I'm not saying I would do like what Dragon Man's got going on, but I can understand somebody who's like going to be collecting and devotes like a basement room or a closet or something, not a closet, but like a guest room or something, to putting up a bunch of shelves and having a collection they can go in and play with and look at. I could see that, especially like farm stuff. Because I can remember I grew up on farm, generation from the farms. My grandpa's parents were farmers. So my grandpa was all into farming. He really dug it. And he tried to make me learn about it. But yeah, I totally get how somebody could appreciate the toys versions of it because they're so interesting looking. Oh man, what's going on with that? Oh, $120. Ben Franklin, $50. I think I got a bunch of these. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I got some of these from buying $50 at the store one time. When you got money, you just go into the store and say, "Hey, do you got any $50?" So like a roll of $50, and then they'll give you one. I forget what they cost, $100 or something. And then you go home and you open it up and you look at it, and if there's any good ones in there, you keep them and you take the rest back and go, "I don't want these anymore," and then they just give you money for them. So it works good. You can just buy them, take them home, take the good ones, take them back to the bank, and just tell them put it in my account. You can just keep them. I don't want the money back. Put it in my account. All right. Well, with that, I guess we're done. Thanks everybody for showing up, watching, and listening. I think a lot of people made some money tonight. A lot of people got good deals. Smeggy got a deal. Smeggy got creamed, and hopefully some people made some money selling some stuff. It's a fun time. We like the auction. Hope you enjoyed it too. You can always check it out. Every Tuesday they got an auction. Whenever there's guns and stuff, we like to check them out. But if you go look at their different auctions, like this is the one from right now, right? It'll tell you right on there. Gun, jewelry, coin, right? Next week, coin, bullion, and currency. We probably won't be watching next week. 15th, though, guns, right? 29th, coins and stuff again. But the 5th, oh man, that's their 16th annual gun and militaria one. So that's going to be, we got some stuff in that one. And I think the one after it, maybe? I don't remember. So, or maybe our stuff is in the one after it, actually. I'm not sure. But there's an auction, it looks like, on the 5th and on the 6th. So we'll definitely be watching those. Then there's one on the 13th. And then there's some others coming up after that. So thanks again for joining us. And, is Barbecue got a thing coming up in a minute here? DJ can throw a link to that if he wants. And then Ghost just ended. Check out the Daily Gun Show later on this evening. We're live every night at midnight to talk about guns and what our Second Amendment protects. Thanks everybody for joining us. And I'll quit saying that and click this.
Tonight's episode, The Endangered Species.
Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com. Do 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 do.